Here we have a typical setup of a drum brake system. Usually these brakes are located at the rear wheels of any car. If a car doesn't have rear disc brakes, it will have rear drum brakes. And the drum brakes consist of two pairs of shoes, these angle half semicircle like pads. These are what are called as brake shoes. And on top it has the piston there that pushes those brake shoes outwards when you press on the brake pedal, and those brake shoes are retracted by a set of springs that are located inside the drum brake system, hooked onto the drum brake shoes at the top and normally at the bottom there. And also there is the cable for the handbrake, which is also attached to one of the brake shoes, which is that one there, that horseshoe-like clip that has the handbrake lever attached to it. And when the lever is pulled, the cable pulls against that shoe, and in turn that shoe also levers the other shoe and engages the handbrake. That thing there is the handbrake cable. The brake shoes, when they're engaged, they press against the brake drum, which is this thing here. This brake drum on the interior has that brake lining that looks like the type of lining that you have on disc brakes as well. And so yeah, you have those brake shoes that press against the drum here, and that's what causes that friction of heat into stopping power. Replacing the brake shoes now, I also like to replace the spring set as well that comes, well, they don't normally come with the brake shoes. The brake shoes just come in pairs like this, and separately you can buy a spring kit that comes with all the springs and the clips that can accompany the brake shoes if you don't want to reuse the old ones. In this instance, I'm replacing brake shoes and the entire spring set, the clip set. I could also replace the cylinder as well for preventive maintenance, but I'll be doing that another time. Here's how the drum brake system with the brake shoes and appliances removed. All we have left is the brake cylinder and the backing plate where the drum brake shoes are rested. Those red scuff marks there, there's 3 on the left and 3 on the right. These are the areas where the brake shoes are set against, and when those brake shoes are operated, they rub against those areas. So after I clean all this up, I'm going to apply some copper-based anti-seize, which is a lubricant, and it will help the brake shoe rest against the backing plate without having metal on metal contact, but having just some slight lubrication on it that's heat resistant as well. Okay, the area is being cleaned up around and behind the backing plate. I've applied copper-based anti-seize on the lubrication points for the brake shoes. And now it's just a matter of reassembly, with the new parts being the new brake shoes and the new brake springs and clips. Okay, so new brake shoes and spring set have been installed. As a rule of thumb, approximately 800 kilometers it would need for these new brake shoes to work in. They're not going to be effective at their full potential on the first go. It needs about 800 kilometers for these new brake shoes to work in. The same applies to brake pads, and believe me, 800 kilometers is nothing for a car. So by then, new brakes, good as new.